It's the little things that make a big difference.
It's the things that you may not even see, but can save a life.
It's the things that may seem so simple and so basic
that it's easy to miss just how much of a difference it makes.
It's people like you that make the little things happen.
That make such a big difference to people like Erica Harris,
J.R. Lighthizer,
Grant Edwards,
Kelly Butner,
and Courtney Morris.
I was a decorative concrete contractor, and I was working at a home in a historical neighborhood in southeast Portland. I was on my way up the back stairs, and there was an explosion. I burst into flames, and then I woke up in July. I was burned over 84% of my body. My hand was missing. I didn't think I had any legs, and I passed back out with the intensity and frequency of the therapies that I needed. The coverage just didn't last. But I was still a mess. After 2 months, the benefits run out insofar as my home health is concerned, and it was time to do outpatient, whether I was ready or not, or wanted to or not. I got to work with the people at St. Charles and helping defray some of the cost of the intense therapies that I've had to have. I was able to continue to go to physical and occupational therapy at the hospital. They were remarkable, Mark and Emily. It helped me out so much in terms of gaining back what function I could get left out of the body that remained after the fire. And then I was also able to join more of the world of the living, I like to say, work on my new normal. I got to work with a group called Coral. Those two groups together, I think, are responsible for me being here today. I get to start another business. I get to raise my son. I'm working again for the agency that I spent so much time at, Coral. I figured I was hanging out so much they might as well give me a job. If it weren't for the recovery that I've had, there's no way I could have done all of that.
I hadn't been feeling well for a little while, and so I went to my doctor with concerns. Oh, by the way, can you take a look at this lump that I found? When I was first told that I had cancer, I was given this lovely box, and the box was filled with all kinds of resources that would be available to me. And the first thing I thought was, maybe they should save this for someone who really needs it. Once the denial left and the acceptance came in, my family really rallied around me and became such a support. I have 6 children, and they would help me coordinate. I figured if I can't have hair, I'll have some earrings. So my kids helped me pick out different pair of earrings, and they would coordinate a hat with my earrings for the day. So it gave them a little bit of control. Sarah's project was started by a lady called Sarah Fisher. And when she was diagnosed with cancer, all of the resources were not put together for her, and she had to go through and kind of hunt them and seek them out. She wanted to make sure that women who followed in her footsteps would not have to go through the same challenges that she did. And inside I found a Between Us DVD that features different women and their experiences with chemotherapy, the surgery, the reaction of their family, and there's a journal in here where you can document your doctor appointments. I never really felt like crying when I was diagnosed until I saw the tissue. And for whatever reason, it just kind of released a little wellspring. Anyway, the box was just so helpful and so comforting at a time that I really needed it. The things that may seem little when you're the giver don't feel little when you're the recipient. Some people get together and they knit hats for the chemotherapy patients. People in my community brought meals, and that was huge. My main goal after cancer was to get back to the normal things with my family. My health really is coming back, and I can feel it, and it really made me feel like I was recovering and getting better.
It wasn't long after I turned 50, and I started having problems. I thought I was just out of shape, and I went on a treadmill test, and I walked for 3 minutes, and they knew something was wrong already. So they did the first bypass, and that was in 1988. out walking one day about 10 to 12 weeks later, and I began to get chest pains again. And I thought, oh, I thought I was home free. So I had to go for my second one in 12 weeks, second bypass. And that one has lasted me up to 18 years. And just recently had to go, well, 3 years ago now, had to go back and have another bypass because one of the ones closed up. But you know, it's really something. My father passed away with this when he was barely 50 years old. And I've outlived him 24 years already. St. Charles is an excellent hospital. When I had to go in for my bypass, the third one, I didn't know any of the doctors there that did this sort of thing. So they have two. They have a Dr. Blizzard and a Dr. Valessis. And anyway, Dr. Valessis is the one that did my last one. Very nice man. And I'm probably one of the few people that looked him up and went and thanked him, shook his hand. I thought that was really neat, you know, so. And the nicest person you ever want to meet.
I knew she had this disease and we were going to fight it and she was going to win.
When I was 12 years old, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
And the only thing I could focus on was getting her better. I wasn't able to work during the whole time that she was under treatment, and I spent day in and day out in her bedroom with her. St. Charles was the best about giving me the time off, reassuring me that it wasn't going to be a problem. Don't worry about your job. Your job will be here when you get back. We'll take care of it. We'll figure it out for you. You just focus on your daughter. The oncology nurses and the oncology doctors, everybody was wonderful. One of the gals that I work with put out an email asking people if they would be interested in donating any of their earned time off that then I could pull from. I only went a few weeks, not paid. And that was just all from the kindness of all those employees that just handed me their vacation time, you know, that they had worked hard to earn themselves.
When I had my bone marrow transplant, I didn't want to get out of bed. It hurt, I was tired. I was on all kinds of medications. They needed me to get up and walk around, and so I wouldn't lose any muscle mass. And I loved Beanie Babies at the time, and they would go around and place Beanie Babies in the hallways, so I had to walk and go and grab each Beanie Baby, and then I could have them when I was done. 10 years later, and I still have every single one of those Beanie Babies.
You know, like the whole campaign says, it's the little stuff. And everybody did a whole lot.
The little things you do really make a big difference.
And the little things don't just make a difference today.
They make a difference for a long time to come.
Your donation of $5 a pay period, or any amount you choose, is not a little thing.
To me, your gift made a really big difference.
Thank you for the little things that you have done.
And the little things that you do for us every day.
It's made a big difference to me.
And me.
And me.
And us.
Please take a few minutes and fill out the Little Things Pledge form that you received.
Or visit us online for more information.